Hey, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies, and today I'm going to be doing a movie review on the very newly released movie Barbie, written and directed by Greta Gerwig. So, finally I watched Barbie 2 nights ago, and I was gonna immediately review it and upload it, but I couldn't because I was too tired 2 nights ago, and then yesterday I also couldn't because I have to spend the entire day editing this summary video, so it is only today when I'm actually able to review this movie. But Barbie is one of the most anticipated movies of the year, and given that it is directed by Greta Gerwig, it is a lot more than your average commercial, haha, big money, colorful blockbuster type movie. Because before Barbie, Greta Gerwig has directed Lady Bird and Little Woman, both of which are really solid, humane, beautifully written coming of age tales. And so seeing her direct Barbie is like, what? Why? So everyone got curious. Everyone wants to know, why is Greta Gerwig directing Barbie, and how is Barbie actually going to turn out? Now, another huge thing that made Barbie so huge this year is Barbenheimer, because Barbie and Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer are premiering on the same day, on July 21st, and that is such a huge freaking deal. And so the internet decided to promote this movie both at once, calling it Barbenheimer, the duality of humanity, where you get the Barbie, it's colorful, it's fun, and then you watch Oppenheimer on the same day, and it's super grim and solemn, and you wear a suit and everything. And this is marketing genius because now Christopher Nolan doesn't need to do any promoting work. Now Greta Gerwig doesn't need to do any promoting work because the internet is promoting these two movies at once. So other movies like Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning 1 or other movies around the same circuit, they're all pushed to the side. Right now, the king and queens of cinema is Oppenheimer and Barbie. Now, originally, 2 days ago, I was gonna go watch Barbie and Oppenheimer the same day. I was gonna go to AMC Cinema and watch Oppenheimer in the afternoon and then Barbie at night. But I realized that's not a very great idea, because if I watch Oppenheimer at AMC Santa Monica, it's not IMAX, let alone IMAX 17 millimeter. So I decided to hold off onto that and only watch Barbie. And then a week from now, exactly 1 week from now, I'm going to go to the Chinese theater to watch Oppenheimer on IMAX in 70 millimeter for the first time in my life. So that's incredibly exciting. I'm gonna wear a suit there. I'm gonna look fresh as fuck. But anyways, back to Barbie review. I'm sorry if I swear. Kids are probably gonna watch this. So Barbie, directed by Greta Gerwig, and the story is pretty simple. We have Barbie Land. We have Barbie, played by Margot Robbie. She's malfunctioning. Weird things are happening to her, and so she has to go to real life to find the person who's playing with her doll, and then bring that person from real life back to Barbie Land to sort of solve the issue. And then a new plot device sort of comes up in the second half of the movie. I'm not going to spoil much, but it has a lot to do with patriarchy and how the men in Barbie Land realize that men actually rule the world and women should serve men. And then there's the whole conundrum, and that's basically Barbie. So yeah, the second half of the movie gets really political out of nowhere. So usually I don't watch comedies, let alone ultra commercial blockbuster comedies like this. So I really expected this movie to flop. Not flop in terms of box office, but like disappoint me. I went into it thinking that it's going to be a 6 out of 10. So my expectations were really, not really, but somewhat low. And I came out of the theaters a little bit satisfied. This movie is really hyper energetic and colorful, and the pacing never slows down. It's really fun, and I really like that energy. And I also think while not all the jokes landed for me, because I'm very much not the target audience here. I am young adult Asian male. Like this is very much not for me, but I do appreciate the sense of humor. I think it's sharp, it's witty at times. Greta Gerwig also doesn't shy away from more adult jokes, which is pretty surprising for such a kid-friendly movie until you realize that it's PG-13. And then we have the performances, and they're all really great. Margot Robbie as Barbie is the obvious choice. Ryan Gosling is hilarious as Ken. Ryan Gosling is amazing, and he is literally me. He's actually literally me. So that's that. We have Simu Liu as the other Ken, and he does an amazing job. He's fun, he's charismatic. And then we have Michael Cera as Alan, which came out of nowhere, and he's also pretty funny. So overall, everyone did a really great job. And on top of that, I think the production design is really good. And I've been really noticing production design lately. And I thought Barbie's just gonna overwhelm me with tons of pink and maybe a bit of blue and green. And all the colors will be so saturated and they're all going to clash. It's like Cat in the Hat, the movie. But actually, no, a lot of the shots look really beautiful, really pristine. The production design is not bad. We also got costume designer Jacqueline Duran, who is a bit of a legend in Hollywood at this point, as well as Rodrigo Prieto as DP, who has worked with Scorsese like a few times already. So the people, the crew behind Barbie, they're actually pretty solid. They're actually pretty stacked. And one of my favorite elements about Barbie is actually the singing and dancing. I usually hate singing and dancing in movies. I think they distract movies from the drama, but it's Barbie. It's not a drama. It's a colorful, fun, comedy, kooky, goofy little movie. And the singing and dancing enhances that goofiness a lot more. And I actually really enjoyed it. I particularly love the climax of the movie where Ryan Gosling doesn't do one but two singing and dancing numbers, especially one where Ryan Gosling and Simu Liu was doing a dance off. It's awesome. I was smiling really hard when I watched that scene. It reminds you of West Side Story, but good. West Side Story, but actually good this time. And that's where I guess the positives end, because honestly, while I enjoy this movie quite a bit, I also don't think that this movie is that great or anything. It didn't leave that strong of an impact on me, and it tried to. At the end of the movie, it tried to do this huge philosophical thing, which I really appreciate, but also it just didn't really leave much of an impact on me. First of all, I think the story is a little bit messy. The movie introduces a lot of characters. Michael Cera as Alan, which is a really funny character, and I really thought that he would go through a character arc. In the beginning of the movie, he's really like hidden and ignored and abandoned, and he pretty much stays the same at the end of the movie, which is kind of disappointing. I thought he would do something. There's a scene where he beats up a bunch of like construction workers, and I guess this could be like his redemption, but at the end he still is the same. And then there are the CEO scenes. We have Will Ferrell as the CEO of Mattel, who is this really dumb guy who is really money loving. He represents capitalism essentially, and the CEO does nothing. At the end, he's just waving goodbye to Barbie, and he didn't really go through anything. Like none of those scenes really mattered at all. They didn't go through any arcs or anything. It just feels like loose ends. And I guess to address the elephant in the room, we have the politics. Barbie, to a degree, has been polarizing, especially for conservatives viewers, because ooh, this movie is a feminist propaganda. Oh my god, this movie. Oh. So here's my take on it. Yes, this movie is very on the nose. And rightfully so. It's a kid's movie, and it's tongue-in-cheek in what it's trying to say. It's trying to attack the patriarchy. It's trying to show woman power. And I get it, and I think the way they did it is fine. It's a little on the nose, but that's kind of the point. And a lot of people complain that the men at the end of the day remain weak and submissive, and it's a men-hating movie. That's not entirely true either. There is an entire singing number where Ryan Gosling's like, "Oh, it's Barbie and it's Ken. Like men and women can coexist." Yeah, at the end of the movie, it's still women are still in power and men are still kind of there, but there is a moment in the movie where both men and women coexist, and Greta Gerwig makes a point that that's possible. Yeah, it's a little on the nose, again, but I think it's fine for what it is. So I feel like I'm walking on eggshells right now. And if Greta Gerwig wants to explore this, she would have explored on a different movie. You know, this is Barbie, and this is what you get as far as politics go. So yeah, I don't know. Barbie, it's a little bit of a mess, and I wasn't particularly hooked by this film or anything, but I still think this is a really good effort, and I'm giving a strong 7 out of 10. So, have you watched Barbie? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching. And Oppenheimer next week. Trust me.